A very good morning to one and all. Respected Father Cavallo, Father Roy, Father Manchili, dear teachers, parents, and my dear students. I wish everyone a peaceful mind, a healthy body, and a joyous spirit. I'm sure many of us are thinking, yes, wishful thinking, or easier said than done, and recently achieving any of these seems more like an incredible dream. And surely we all been juggling with words like exercise, health, balanced diet, immunity, and the like. But the deeper we sink into difficulties and the more the skills tend, the stronger is our quest for balance. And it is rightly said, balance in the body is the foundation for balance in life. And friends, today's webinar strives to accomplish just that, harmonizing the mind, body, and spirit. Through yoga, it is not merely about a flexible body. Yoga is about rising to a new level of balance in all aspects of life. As you all know, the International Yoga Day is celebrated all over India, aiming to pass on this ancient practice and educate our children about the benefits of yoga. This session is specially designed keeping in mind Ministry of Ayush guidelines about yoga at home and to engage children meaningfully. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome in our midst our guest for today's webinar, come training session of yoga, Dr. Manish Pillai. Dr. Pillai is an experienced yoga practitioner and holds a PhD in yoga. Sir runs his own Indus School of Exercise and Fitness and also conducts fitness and wellness classes for all age groups. We welcome you, sir. And I'm sure our students are very eager to begin this beautiful journey with you. So the virtual stage is all yours, sir.
Uh, Namaskar. Uh, Thank you, all of you, and good morning to all of you. Uh, as ma'am told, we have a webinar today for yoga. So today I'll be taking this session specially for you. As we all know, in this pandemic session, the time which is going on, what we need is a healthy body as well as a healthy mind. So while our day-to-day activity, if we follow a small regime of yogic kriyas, exercises, systems of yoga that help us to keep ourselves healthy and active, so we have to practice certain yogic asanas, certain kriyas and karmas in our day-to-day life to keep ourselves healthy. Uh, During the session, if in case my voice or my audio lags, please let me know. Right now, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. So we'll begin with the session with the Sushma Vyayam, which is basically called as primarily warming up. It's basically help us to prepare ourselves for the basic asanas. So whatever the asanas we are going to do today, it will be very basic, very general, very simple to do. Just a protocol or things that we have to keep it in our mind is that while doing the exercises, if you feel any kind of uncomfortability or if you feel any form of dizziness, please sit down, relax yourself, and join us when you feel better. Okay, so we begin the session with a small prayer. I'll request all of you to join your hands and close your eyes. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 Just relax your body, relax your mind, place yourself in presence of God and prepare yourself to do this small yogic exercise session. Now gently open your eyes. We begin the session with the Sushma Vyayam. I request all of you keep your hands on the waist. We start with the head movement. While doing the Sushma Vyayam, kindly please keep your eyes open. Do not close your eyes. Ready? While doing the exercise, maintain a normal breathing pattern, that is inhalation and exhalation. Just start with head movement up and down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we'll do the movement right and left. 1, just move your head to the right side, then slowly to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we are going to do a head rotation. That will be a half rotation. For that, what we have to do is tilt your chin down towards your chest, slowly rotate towards the right side, and then simultaneously to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look forward. So basically, keeping the eyes open helps us to maintain the body balance. So keep your eyes open, maintain a small normal breath. Now we'll do with the shoulder exercise. So for that, what we have to do, raise your hands forward, parallel to the shoulders, palm facing each other. Now slowly bend your hands, elbow backward so that you can touch your shoulders with the fingers. Now slowly rotate inward and outside. That is forward direction. 1. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll do the opposite direction, inward movement. Exhale, inhale, 1, exhale, inhale, 2, exhale, 3, 4, and 5. Now relax. We're going to do the stretching for the elbows. It's very simple. Gently raise your hands on the both sides, palm facing upward. Now slowly bend it from the elbow, touch your shoulders. 1. Do the same. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now slowly hands down. Now we'll do stretching for our wrist. Raise your hands forward. Now close the face and let's have an outward rotation with the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now inward rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands down and relax. Even while doing a Sushma Vyayam, if we are maintaining a proper body balance and proper body mechanism, we can feel the pain and the stress on each muscle. Now for the fingers, bring your hands up, open your fingers, stretch it as much as possible, then close your fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands down. So we have done the upper part. Now we'll be moving towards the waistline. For that, just make sure you keep a proper stance, that is shoulder width position of standing. Gently bring your hands forward. Now slowly we have to rotate ourselves to the right side. Look at the back, hold it, 1, and gently move to the other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And hands down. Now gently open your legs. That should be 2 feet apart. Both hands on the sides. Now we slowly go to the right side. Touch the right knee with the right hand, left hand up. 1. Now slowly come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now back. Now we're going to do a stretching for the thigh. What we have to understand while doing Sushma Vyayam or while doing yoga, we have to maintain a proper breathing pattern, that is inhaling deep and exhaling deep. That will help us to throw out the carbon dioxide and bring the more oxygen in our blood, in our body. So keep the stance at the shoulder gap, hands forward, and just try to sit back and just imagine there is a chair behind you. Just go down. 1, go up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here we are at the last part of the stretching. For the ankles, just keep your hands on the waist. What we have to do, we have to raise ourselves on our toes. So basically raise your heels up. 1. Now slowly go down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here we have finished the Sushma Vyayam, that is preliminary warming up. Now we'll begin with the asanas, very basic asanas. We have a different category of people participating in this webinar. So I would request all of them to do their best. Don't overstretch or overstrain yourself or your joints. Wherever you feel a pain, just hold that point. Maintain that position at that state. Okay. So the first asana that we're going to practice is called Tadasana. We have a different variation of Tadasana in our yogic system. We'll be practicing a very simple Tadasana, just maintaining a proper stance, foot legs parallel to the shoulders. Now keep your hands on the sides. Now inhale, exhale. Now with inhalation, raise your hands forward, up, fingers open. Bring your hands parallel to your ears, elbow stretched, wrist stretched, fingers stretched. Now slowly raise yourself on your toes. That means raise your heels up and maintain this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And slowly exhale and come down. One more time. Inhale and exhale and go up slowly. Hands up and then up and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come down. This is one of the best exercise to stretch your body from head to toe. One more time. Inhale, exhale, Inhale and hands up. Exhale. It's very important to take deep breath while doing these exercises. Hold the position and slowly come down, hands down. Now the second asana we're going to perform is Trikonasana. For that, we have to open our leg. Previously, we have done a simple variation of Trikonasana in our stretching session. Now here we have to stretch our leg at least 2.5 to 3 feet, wherever you can have a balanced stance. Now slowly bring your hands on the sides. Turn the right toe towards the right side. Now gently go down, exhaling, and slowly place your right palm on the mat. Left hand towards the sky and try to look towards the left palm and hold this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And slowly come up. Now bring the right toe forward. Now turn the left toe towards the outward and then slowly go down. Place the left palm on the mat and right hand towards the sky, and then just try to look towards the right hand for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come up, right toe forward, and relax for a while. So now we're going to do the same asana for 2 more times, but this time we're going to maintain a proper breathing pattern. While going down, I will exhale. While coming up, I'll inhale, and I'll do the same on the other side. Okay? Now again, bring your hands on the sides, palm facing down. Right toe, turn your right toe towards the right direction. Now go down. Exhale and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. Now with the left side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. While coming back, there is a two mechanism. Simply drag your foot towards to the center, or you can jump back. But don't give any form of a jerk or any form of a stretching in any body part, excessive stretching in any body part while doing any form of yogic asana. Now we'll be practicing Padahastasana. For that, what we have to do, it's a simple mechanism where we are going to, it's a forward bending exercise where we are going to go down, bend ourselves forward, place our palm on the ground and try to touch the forehead on the knee. While going down, exhale, and while coming up, inhale. Hands on the sides, just inhale once deeply, exhale out, inhale, bring your hands up. Now slowly go forward, stretch yourself forward, go down, place the palm on the mat. If you're not able to place the palm on the mat, just hold your ankle. If you cannot hold your ankle, just hold your calf and try to bend down as much as possible without bending your knee. Hold the position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come up in the same way. Now inhale and relax. Again, inhale, hands up. Exhale out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly come up. Inhale and relax. Now we have to do a counter exercise because we have done a forward bending. So now we have to do a counter exercise for the next one, which is called Ardha Chakrasana at a standing position. So where in this we're going to go a hyperextensive exercises. We're going to bend our back. That is, we have a muscles at the back, which is relatively helping us to maintain a good posture. So for that, we have to do this exercise. Simply standing position is same. Just inhale and bring your hands forward. Now bring the hands at the back. Place it at the back with the proper support to the spine. Now slowly exhale and do a bending at a backward direction. First inhale, now exhale and go back. Do as much as possible. If you feel you cannot go beyond a point, hold yourself at a place for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come up and relax. One more time. Just inhale, exhale, place it on the back side. Now inhale deeply. Now exhale and go back. Hold the position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now slowly come up. Inhale. So these are the basic standing asanas what we have practiced. Now we'll be going towards the sitting asanas. Sitting asanas. So for that, I'll request all of you to sit down on the mat or the bed sheet or whatever the things you are using to sit down. So we'll be sitting in a Sukhasana. Sukhasana is basically a basic easy posture of sitting where we are sitting back straight. So the first we'll be practicing called Vajrasana, followed by Dandasana, then Ushtasana. So for that, we always just relax yourself before going to the next mechanism because we are standing right now, we have to go down. And why we are going with a slow pace? Because stability and balance is very much important for avoiding injuries in any form of exercises. And yoga is not an exercise for injuries. It's basically an exercise to help ourselves to maintain a basic strength so that we can do our day-to-day activity with a normal pace. So here we're going to do in a Vajrasana position. First, we have to sit in a Dandasana position, just keeping the leg straight in a forward direction. Okay, from here, what we have to do is simply just bring the right leg backward, then slowly bring the left foot backward. You have to keep your toes in contact, heels moving outward. You have to sit on the ball of the heel. Keep your back straight, hands forward, and keep your eyes open. Just maintain this position for 10 seconds and regulate your breath. Inhale and exhale. While doing this exercise, you should always feel the proper movement of air going in and going out. This is the only asana that you can practice after a meal. This helps us digesting our food as early as possible because it keeps our alimentary canal straight. The people, those who have arthritis or osteoporosis or bone-related injuries, they can avoid this form of exercises. As I told you, we don't need to overstretch ourselves. We have to do this exercise to keep us healthy. So you can sit in this position. This is one of the meditative position also, but that depends upon your capacity. Now coming back from Vajrasana, I'll request you to come back in the same form, the way we have come into the Vajrasana position. Bring your right leg forward, take a support with the left hand, then the opposite leg. Now in Dandasana position, what we have to do in this, we have to sit straight, keep our back straight. We have to place both the palms on the side, parallel to the hips or the pelvic bone. Now here we have to bring the toes or we have to pull the toe in an inward direction and we have to press the ground with the palm, put the force with the glute muscles and the calf muscles on the ground, and you have to maintain a normal breath. First inhale, now exhale, now press it and hold this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. In this exercise, basically we put force on the ground. And when you put a force on the ground, there is a counter force that is affecting our body. So we can feel the stress on the muscles of lower body especially, and it helps to maintain a very good core. One more time, keep your hands on the sides. Inhale, exhale, and press it down. 1, 2, inward, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Now the next exercise which we are going to perform is called Paschimottanasana, in which we will be bending forward. It is similar to Padahastasana that we have performed in a standing position. So basically, just inhale, exhale, slowly raise your hands up, bring your hands forward, try to hold your toe or your ankle or your calf while doing the exercise. Bending forward, exhale out. Do not over exaggerate. We just maintain a degree where you feel it's comfortable. Okay. Once again, inhale, exhale, go forward and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the position for 3 to 5 seconds is basic. If you can do more, you can do at a higher rate. Inhale, exhale, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. This exercise basically helps to make your erectus spinous groups of muscle that basically hold the spinal cord strong, and it keeps your back straight. Now from here, we'll be going to do Ushthasana. For that, we have to come in Vajrasana first, and then we'll be doing the Ushthasana. So just bend your right foot, then bend the left foot, sit in Vajrasana for 5 seconds. By the time, simply inhale and exhale. Now slowly raise yourself up, and here what we have to do, maintain a gap between the knees so that it should be parallel to the shoulders. Now here, those who have back pain or those who have back related problems, please avoid this exercise, or you can do a partial form just similar to the Ardha Chakrasana that we have practiced. So in this, we're going to do an hyper arch, but we're going to take a support of the heel. So here, just inhale, exhale, tilt your head backward and stretch forward and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward, slowly bring your hands forward, right, left, and sit down in a Vajrasana position. The partial form of Ushthasana, which you can practice, is that just like an Ardha Chakrasana. I'll just show it to you. If anyone want to practice, they can practice with the same. In this, what you have to do, just raise yourself forward and just you can bring your hands at the back, give support properly, and just bend yourself backward. And you can slowly come up and you can relax. This is a partial form of Ushtasana with the proper support. Those who have beginners, they can practice this. Now we're going to do the Ushtasana second time properly. So raise yourself up, back straight, inhale first, exhale out, Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands forward. Maintain a normal breath. Take the support. Take the support. Tilt your head backward. Stretch your body forward and maintain this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward and sit down. Sit in Vajrasana for 5 seconds. Now to relax our back, we can do Shashangasana. For that, just increase the gap between your heel and slowly stretch forward in a forward direction and keep your head on the mat, forehead on the mat, keep your palm on the mat and relax yourself. Now slowly come back. This Shashangasana basically helps you to relax your back muscles as we have done an hyper arch exercise. So basically we have to relax each and every muscles after doing a specific movement. Now from here, we'll be going to do lying yogic exercises. We begin with the prone exercises, that is lying on the chest. We begin with a simple Bhujangasana and following with the other asanas. For that, what we have to do is just simply lie down. First, we'll lie in the Makarasa position where you have to keep both the hands in the front. Both the hands on the front. I'll just place the camera properly so that you can see it. Keep your hands on the front, keep your forehead on your fingers, toes pointing outward and heels inward. Here you have to maintain this position. This is called the Makarasana position. Now you can turn your head towards right or left and just relax for a while. For 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring both the hands on the side. We'll be doing the Bhujangasana. Keep the chin on the mat and relax yourself. Ardha Bhujangasana and Bhujangasana. There are three variations of Bhujangasana. In first variation, we'll be raising our head and the shoulders. Second variation, we'll be raising the chest and we'll be maintaining with a little bit raised elbow. And the third part, we'll be raising the whole body as much as possible, but maintain the waistline on the mat. So first, we'll be doing the first form of Bhujangasana, simple Bhujangasana. Kindly make sure your toe remains in contact and maintain a normal breath. Keep your palms on the side of your shoulder. You can open your fingers to have a better balance and support. Slowly inhale, exhale, and raise your head up. Maintain this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. Exhale. While coming down, you have to exhale. Now inhale. Slowly go up. Hold at this point. Look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out. Now inhale. Now slowly go up and try to do the complete one. As much as possible, look up toward the ceiling. Do not overstretch yourself. Hold this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. slowly come down. Just lie in a Makarasa position. Bring your hands forward. Place your forehead on the fingers. Toes pointing outward and heels inward. And you can turn your head towards the right or towards the left side. And you can maintain a normal relaxed position for 10 seconds while relaxing yourself. Kindly concentrate on your breath, which is going in and coming out, going in and coming out. So basically, simply and gradually maintain a relaxed state of mind and body. After 5 to 10 seconds, we'll be going to do the same three form of Bhujangasana one more time. Now slowly come back to the normal position, hands at the sides, elbows on the mat, chin on the mat. Now inhale, exhale, and head up and chest up. Hold this position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slowly go down, exhale, inhale and up, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly go down. Now inhale, exhale and go out, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Slowly go down and relax. And this exercise helps you to have a very strong back muscles. People having a lower back pain, a light lower back pain, can improve the strength of the back by doing this form of exercises. I'll request all of you to turn and lie on your supine position. Supine means the spine position. You have to turn your body towards the from the left side and just turn. Now here we'll be doing a relaxing position asana, that is called as Shavasana, just for 10 seconds, so that in the part we'll be beginning with the breathing exercise. So in this, you have to lie down with a gap in the foot of 1 feet, toes pointing outward, palm open, facing towards the sky. You can tilt your head towards the right or to the left side, and you can relax your body in 10 seconds. Just relax, relax, relax. If you feel any stress or strain at any point, at any part, at any joint, just try to relax that body part, that muscle, that joint. Maintain a normal breath. Maintain a normal pace of inhalation and exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and relax and relax and relax. Maintain this position for 5 seconds. Now slowly we'll be sitting in a Sukhasana position. For that, turn towards your left side and slowly sit in a Sukhasana position. Or if you can do a Padmasana position, you can do a Padmasana position, or you can sit in a Vajrasana also. The most comfortable and the easy form of sitting yogic exercise is called as Sukhasana. Now, as we know, doctors nowadays precisely asking the patients of those who has been affected from COVID-19 to have breathing exercises. Why to do breathing exercises? Because it is that which keeps us alive. The oxygen that is consumed by our body is used for doing a lot of work in our body. So we need more oxygen. We need to keep our lungs healthy. For that, what we have to do, we have to maintain a healthy body. And for healthy body, you should have an healthy systems in our body. And one of the most important systems in our body is your respiratory system. In yogic kriyas, we have a system called pranayam. In different forms, you can find pranayam. In Jain system, it is also called as swas preksha. So whatever the name it is basically concentrating on your breathing exercises. So we'll be practicing a breathing form, very simple breathing form of exercises that can keep you very fit and fine. Just what we have to do, we have to do it for a certain period of time. Okay. So sitting in a sukhasana position first, that is taking a position to do this asana. Second, maintaining a mudra. We basically have different forms of mudras which we practice, but here also we use a Gyan mudra or Vitrag mudra. The Gyan mudra is that in which we basically bringing the index finger and the thumb and maintaining a contact between them and resting the wrist on the knee. The second, which I told, is called Vitrag mudra. In that, you're keeping the left palm near to the navel and the right palm on the left hand and keeping it this position. This position has been maintained by Lord Buddha. Basically, and you can see the people, those who follow the monasteries, those who go for prayer for the monasteries, they basically maintain a Vitrag mudra. There's basically reasons behind it, but basically we follow either Vitrag Mudra or the Gyan Mudra, whichever you feel comfortable. Just what you have to do is maintain our posture. Just keep maintain a Gyan Mudra. Now here we're going to practice with a breathing exercise, starting with a gentle breathing exercise. So I'll request all of you to close your eyes. Now just maintain a regular breath for 5 seconds. Just concentrate on the breath which is going in and coming out. Maintain a relaxed mind, relaxed body. There should not be any stress, strain, tension anywhere in your body, anywhere in your thought. While doing this exercise, there is possibility the thoughts will come, thoughts will go. Please do not hold your thoughts. Let them come and let them go. Slowly, if you're able to concentrate on the exercise, then automatically the thoughts will be. Now slowly we're going to do a shallow breathing. In shallow breathing, basically we are going to do a abdominal breathing. When we inhale, our abdominal should expand, and when we exhale, it should contract. While doing a shallow breathing, there is no sound of inhalation or exhalation. Just keep your back straight. Now inhale, expand, inhale, then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, the abdomen should expand. Exhale, it should contract. Inhale, exhale. So while inhalation, the abdominal should expand. While exhalation, your abdomen should contract. We do it 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And keep your eyes closed. Now we are going to do a deep breathing exercise. In this, we're going to do a forceful inhalation followed by a forceful exhalation. Now during this form of breathing exercise, we can hear the sound of the breath which is going in and coming out. So just start with a inhalation, gradually inhalation, forcefully expansion of abdomen. Now exhale out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. Inhale, exhale. Two more times. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, exhale. Now relax yourself. Let's have a normal breath for 5 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maintain this position for 5 seconds. Now slowly relax yourself, relax your mind, relax your body. Just follow the instructions. Just command each and every body part to relax, relax, relax. Just relax your toe, relax your ankle, relax your calf, and relax your thighs. Relax the back muscles, relax the abdomen muscles, relax the chest muscles, relax your shoulder muscles, just relax your arm muscles, relax your neck, relax your back, relax your facial muscles, and now relax the whole body. Maintain a calm, a quiet posture. Just try to feel your body has become light, light, and light. Try to feel there is no stress, no strain in any body part. If you feel there is stress or strain at any point, any joint, any muscles, just command that body part to relax. Try to feel your body as light as a feather. Try to feel the body as light as cotton. But just try to maintain the position as long as possible. After this, usually people try to practice the dhyana, but we are gently relaxing ourselves so that we can improve the movement of oxygen, movement of blood in each and every body part. At any point, if you feel any form of discomfort, you can slowly relax yourself. Now from this position, we are going to do Om chanting for 5 times. For that, what we have to do, we have to inhale as deep as possible, and then we have to be loud in saying the word Om. Inhale. Now while exhaling, you start Om. Inhale. With exhalation. Inhale. 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 Just relax yourself. Just relax yourself. Try to feel the air around you. Try to feel the calmness within yourself. Try to relax each and every body part. Just maintain this posture for a few seconds before coming back to the normal state. Now just command your mind and your body. You're going to come back to the normal state, to the normal time. Now slowly bring both the palms close to each other and then rub them together as fast as possible. When you feel your palm is warm, just place them on your eyes, on your face, on your throat, and slowly open your eyes. With this, we basically finish our yoga webinar or the yoga session. The practical application of yoga session today. There is many form of exercises that we use to practice. So as a practitioner, I request all of you, those who have participated today, to practice this form of exercise to maintain a healthy living, a healthy body and a healthy mind. Today's most important requirement of today's present day scenario is that to maintain our healthy physical, mental state. And if we are physically, mentally strong, we have a strong emotional background. And then it will help us to fight against, stay against any problem that we face in our life. So before I take leave from all of you, I will be very thankful to the Father Agnell School, the management, the principal, the Department of Physical Education, and all the participants, those who have participated today, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge with you. And thank you very much. Namaskar.
Good morning, everybody, and on behalf of our director, vice principal, and our coordinators, our teachers, our students, and our parents, we thank you, Dr. Manish Pillai, for having organized this yoga webinar for our students and for our parents, which is the need of the hour. Thank you for this practical session that you had with our students and with our parents and with our teachers, and I'm sure all of us have benefited within this short time as to how we need to keep our mind, our body, our spirit healthy. Because when we have a healthy mind and a healthy body, we will have a proper emotional balance, we will be mentally strong, and that is what is the need of the hour, as I have just said. We are living in very stressful moments, and this yoga webinar that you have conducted for our school students has been a sort of a breath of fresh air. And so we thank you Dr. Manish Pillai for having organized this webinar, and God bless you and continue inspiring students across the world so that more and more people can be benefited with this particular practice that was founded and discovered in India. Thank you very much, Dr. Manish. I also take this opportunity to thank Ma'am Kavita Tarun for having organized this yoga webinar for our students as a run-up for the International Day of Yoga on 21st of June that the whole world is going to celebrate. Thank you, ma'am, for organizing this webinar, and I'm sure with this we will have much more better participation every day when we have our fitness and mass PT classes. I'm sure our students might have been inspired with this particular session that you have organized with Dr. Manish. Thank you, dear students. Thank you, dear parents. No doubt in the beginning we had to start a little late because of the technical glitches. We are sorry for that, but I'm sure at the end of this session we have benefited a lot, and I'm sure we'll be putting into practice whatever we have learned in this particular 1 hour session. So thank you once again for all those who have participated. God bless you. Let us stay fit, let us stay healthy, and let us move ahead with a healthy mind, with a healthy body, and with a healthy spirit. Thank you, and God bless you.